Hi there, I'm Budda, and you're watching Dr. Guitar, a show for all you guitarists out there. In today's episode, you're in for a treat. As some of you may know, I organized Braga Blues International Festival, Nova Arcada Braga Blues, in my hometown in Braga. And on this November the 9th, I got the chance to interview Robben Ford, who was playing at the festival. So you'll be in for a treat as Robben shows his brand new pedal board made by Dan from That Pedal Show and the Gig Rig. Great pedals. I'll also add some affiliate links to those pedals, so if you buy it from there, I get a small commission from Toman. And I organized the playlists from all the suggestions, the musical suggestions Robben gave during this interview. It's a great interview, and the thing I love the most is how Robben is still looking for new gear and new inspiration to make new music and open new worlds. Let's go. Hello, so I'm here with the great Robben Ford. It's a super great honor to have you here.
Well, thank you.
And I have a million questions. I'll tone it down to a few.
500,000.
Yeah. First question, who's Robben Ford?
I'm sorry, you're asking the wrong person.
How do you see yourself?
How do I see myself? Whoa. That's existential.
Yeah, that's exactly the goal.
I'm just a person, you know. I mean, I'm a musician, but, you know, I'm just a person. And I kind of like it that way.
Great. That's it. So, as I told you, I'm a big fan, and I've seen a lot of stuff from you. A lot of the educational stuff you do is incredible because it's
well, thank you.
Pearls and pearls and pearls of this chord, and this is a lifetime of studying. Like the triads.
Don't scare them away.
Yeah. No. What I mean is like it's just a simple concept that can take you in so many directions. It's an easy concept, but a very deep trip into the world of music.
So that's the Robben Ford Guitar Dojo.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're mentioning it because it's really near and dear to us, you know.
I know. And you have been doing a great job for the music community.
Thank you.
I thank you as a musician, but also
thank you.
As a music lover. And I'm also interested in the blues for you. I know you've talked a lot about it, so you don't need to repeat stuff, but do you remember your first contact with the blues, like the first moment you heard something bluesy?
Well, and kind of knew it, which was the Paul Butterfield Blues Band, their first album, and Mike Bloomfield on the lead guitar, and it was just so incredibly powerful because everything. I mean, the Rolling Stones were playing blues, to some extent.
Yeah.
The Animals, I really liked the Animals, and I guess I can't really get the chronology together too well, like what I probably heard Eric Burden and the Animals before I heard the Butterfield Blues Band,
Yeah, but probably the Butterfield was the one that struck you.
Yeah.
That's the experience I was aiming, like, this is what is this.
Yes, this. And I needed to know more and hear more and basically, gave me my direction in music. I trace it right back. Everything I trace right back to those first couple of Butterfield Blues Band albums and Mike Bloomfield's guitar playing. And
there's a great record you have with Jimmy Witherspoon. I think you were 18, is it?
No, I joined Spoon. I was 20. I had my 21st birthday.
I think it's a live record. It feels like a live record.
Yeah.
And from what I remember, it's Jimmy Witherspoon on the cover and yourself with a big
Super 400.
Yeah. A huge. And that record is.
Oh, great, man. Thank you. How about it? Nice to hear.
I really love that playing because it's really rootsy, the way you play. But then there's some Robben Ford thing in the middle. But
that influence, jazz influence.
Yeah, but still super rootsy. Well, what were you thinking back then? Not this Robben Ford.
Well, I don't know if I was thinking that. You know what I mean? I was listening to a lot of B.B. King. in those days, he was a big influence as well. And, I thought that I wanted to be a jazz guitar player. And so I was trying to play in a jazzy kind of a way, And I was listening to a lot of jazz in those days. Way into Coltrane, Miles Davis, all of that. By then, I was probably listening to more jazz than I was blues.
Okay.
But the B.B. King influence was still in there, and then I'm trying to do something.
But were you aiming for something different consciously?
Yeah.
You're trying to develop. I think
Yeah.
B.B. King also has a step on the jazzy side of blues, although he's super bluesy, but he's the big band thing and the sophistication and the arrangements and even his chord playing. He said he didn't play chords, but he would hit like 2 notes or 3 notes together, like a
little bit,
like a hook, so probably is also in that influence.
Well, if you love music, you like a lot of different kinds of music, You want to kind of, if possible, bring them in.
Yeah.
So that's the way I felt.
Great. And before we go for you to show us some part of the gear, I would like you. What advice would you give to a musician that wants to go to the blues route? Let's put it in the blues route, with a big blues, a broad scape, not Chicago blues, not jazz blues, whatever blues. Would you give any advice to someone who's already playing but wants to get deeper into the craft?
Well, for me, I listened to a lot of blues, and I attempted to play a lot of jazz, as well. So those two things coming together. The thing that ties it all together is understanding harmony, because that's where jazz sort of, goes higher. It's harmony. And so understanding harmony. And for me, I learned chords, because I could apply them straight to what I was doing, even with Charlie Musselwhite. That's when I started learning chords, which I learned out of a book, and I was 19.
I bought that book.
So I learned all these jazz voicings, and I could apply them right to the Chicago blues. So then it was like, what do I play over these chords? So I learned scales. And all of this just on my own. I had no teachers, nobody advising me. This was just the journey that I took. So that's really kind of the best I can do, is just say what I did, because there aren't too many people doing it. Not really, having a real passion for blues music and the feeling that's in blues, the feel of blues, the groove of it, and trying to make that somehow more sophisticated, So
newer.
That was the journey for me.
And nowadays people have Guitar Dojo, which is a shortcut for
That's where you want to go. It's the Robben
Besides,
Ford Guitar Dojo.
that's a great way of going
It's
deeper into the blues scene. So, and I want to ask you 5 good songs, 5 blues songs that you would recommend someone who want to get into the blues world. You have to listen to these 5 songs.
First thing that comes to my mind, because it's probably my favorite blues guitar solo. It's hard to say things like that, but it just always just kills me. James Cotton's recording of Sweet 16 and the Chicago Blues Band, and James Cotton Blues Band, and Luther Tucker's the guitar player. It's just incredible. Mike Bloomfield actually produced the record, he and Nick Gravenites. B.B. King's, it's called Don't Answer the Door, live at the Apollo, I think. You know this one. People talk...
The 90s one?
No, 65.
60, okay.
And, everybody cites...
Live at the Regal.
Live at the Regal. And I've listened to Live at the Regal, and it's like he hardly plays the guitar.
Yeah.
He sings and tells stories.
Yeah.
There's a little guitar playing on
I couldn't understand it either.
Yeah. It's like, what? But this one, Live at the Apollo, Blues is King. I think it's called Blues is King. Live at the Apollo. That album, I saw that band and I saw that show live myself, in person. Whew. I don't think it was the same show exactly, the same night, but it was within that year, and it was, I saw him at the Fillmore Auditorium. Incredible. That album, ridiculous. The first Butterfield Blues Band record, it's just called the Paul Butterfield Blues Band. And also John Mayall and the Blues Breakers, the record with Eric Clapton.
Mm-hmm.
That's the Eric Clapton.
The so-called Beano album.
That's the Eric Clapton that no one ever heard. And, that's the innovator. That and, of course, the first Cream album, he was an innovator.
Yeah.
Totally unique.
It's great. So let's move on to the guitar, and thank you for all the advices. I bought the Mickey Baker book.
Yeah.
That's the one you always refer to, the chords.
Yeah.
It's complex.
It's
a lot of work, but
it's
great.
Work.
But great stuff.
You got to do it.
So you brought in your PRS signature model that I wish I could buy, but there's none available.
Yeah. It was a limited edition of 200 guitars. And it's a lot different. The headstock's larger, for one thing.
And is it for sound thing or just...
It was a look.
Aesthetic thing.
For the look,
okay.
yeah.
I like it. I prefer it.
Yeah, me too. The pickups, we worked on them a lot. We moved around the tone controls, they're back a little bit further. And I do like the wraparound,
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, it's like a humbucking guitar, right? In the style of the Les Paul.
Yeah. Let's turn them on. Okay.
So you want to look at what I'm doing over here?
This is a split?
No, not really. It is on the actual model they produced. The intention was a split, but I wound up not really caring for the split so much. It's just a different way of accessing the humbucker. Like, Paul really likes it, and he's like, if you don't mind, could I just do that for you? Hoping that I would come to it. Like, maybe even prefer it. But I don't. It just gets a little thicker and more mid-rangey to me. And I like things a little brighter. Because
you're sounding like a telly almost. A fat telly.
It's true. Okay.
And your beautiful small pedal board. Is this your main pedal board or just the only pedal board?
Yeah. This was made by put together, I should say, by Daniel Steinhardt from the Pedal Show. Mm-hmm. That British. Do you call it a podcast?
I don't know.
Visual.
I call it.
It's on YouTube, right?
I call it addictive because I've seen them all.
They're pretty great.
They're really good.
So there are things going on here that I can't even tell you.
But you're using the slap. It's always on, or at least I'm hearing.
I always have a delay on. Mm-hmm. And, you only get two choices without changing banks, right, with the timeline.
Yeah.
So Daniel did this thing for me, and, he was using his iPhone, to set it up.
Okay, so now you have 4 options without changing banks.
These are going to get replaced. They're just kind of temporary. But everything is on all the time. But you don't hear it until you hit the this button, ring modulator, Pog. This has been something I've been using a lot. I love that, 3 octaves, right?
Yeah.
And somehow it helps me to play in more of a bebop jazz kind of a way. Mm-hmm. That's what I like about it.
Synthy kind of sounding, but
it is
articulate.
Yeah, somehow it just allows me to swing a little bit better.
Great.
It's a real simple boost here,
Mm-hmm. Gem Pedals one.
Yeah, Gem.
It's the Boomster.
Boomster, that's it.
Yeah, this is a great brand from Greece.
They're very good, yeah. And the Vibrato, which is the electric blue. like that setting. It sounds a little dark right now, but I really like that setting. The ring modulator, I'm still trying to figure out, man.
Which pedal is it?
This
Oh, the Fairfield.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty, I haven't figured out how to use it yet. That's the best part.
Sounds like a kind of an octave fuzz, but not really. And is this on?
There you go.
We were not hearing the
Awful.
I love it.
Right?
It's crazy
Yeah.
Hendrixy sounding to me.
Jeff Beck.
Jeff Beck, yeah.
So this is the overdrive boost from Throwback, and I've been really getting a lot of use out of this. That's that more
Kind of fuzzy
sound.
Yeah.
Kind of explodes on the low end. Compresses.
But it's still articulated. It's not a
Yeah.
boomy fuzz, right?
Well, you can get what you want. It's
Okay.
pretty easy to work with. And then the Zen Drive, of course, I've been
Yeah.
using forever. Makes me think of the Blue Line.
Yeah. It goes
Silver Spring
directly to
Reverb.
that.
That's beautiful. Are
So
you hip to it?
You have always on the spring reverb and the slap, right?
And then this wah-wah pedal, I still don't know quite how to use it. I just have to get more comfortable with it.
This is the exotic one?
Yes.
A little smaller, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't quite gotten into it, really.
And I've heard in some interviews you did that you were kind of more into exploring effects than you used to be, because you used to be like guitar amp or guitar Zen Drive amp, with the exception of the delay and reverb.
Yeah, pretty much.
And why is that changed?
It's a new world for me. It's fresh terrain.
Okay, you're just putting yourself into that
a different
zone.
situation. Yeah, so that I have something new to do.
Of course.
And I'm really using a Strat now. I didn't bring it because I'm not quite ready.
Okay.
But I'm working with the vibrato and these sounds, and I've just started a recording. We've done basic tracks, and the record's going to be a tribute to Jeff Beck and Alexander Dumble.
It's the record you've been doing in the States?
Yeah.
That you've been posting some really
Sweetwater.
great... Sweetwater
Fort
series.
Wayne.
Really
Wayne,
great
Indiana.
videos. Thank you for posting those also. It's very informative and very
right on.
very good to be inside like the fly on the wall.
Cool.
So it's a great perspective.
Yeah, right on.
Thank you so much, Robben. I would have a million other questions for another lifetime.
Okay, next lifetime.
Thank you so much. Well, that's it, my friends. I hope you have liked it. If you haven't done it yet, please consider subscribing to the channel and leaving the thumbs up and clicking the notification bell. Also, if you want to support what I'm doing here, please become a patron. You'll be helping the channel. You'll be helping me doing this. And you'll be getting early access to episodes, free video lessons, free backing tracks, and my huge thank you, of course. You can also become a YouTube Pro member, where you'll be getting the same goodies only on YouTube platform. Hope you liked the episode. We'll see each other next week. Bye-bye.